Little Lana and the Snow Queen. On the coldest night of winter, little Lana was tucked snugly into bed. Outside her window, tiny snowflakes danced through the dark sky. Lana pressed her nose against the glass. "Look at all that snow," she whispered. The garden had disappeared beneath a sparkling white blanket. The trees wore little caps of snow, and even Lana's swing looked as if someone had covered it in icing. Mum pulled the blanket up to Lana's chin. "Time to sleep, little snow watcher." "Just one more minute," Lana said. That was when she saw it. Far above the houses, one star was shining brighter than all the others. It flashed once, twice, and then, whoosh! Something streaked across the sky. Lana sat up. "Mum, did you see that?" But Mum had already left the room. Lana hurried back to the window. Across the snowy garden stood a tiny white fox. It looked directly at her. A rise in its neck was a silver ribbon with a little bell. Ding-a-ling! The fox turned and ran. "Wait!" Lana pulled on her warmest coat, her woolly hat and her boots. Quietly, she stepped into the garden. The fox was waiting beside the gate. "Where are you going?" Lana whispered. The little fox tilted its head. Then, to Lana's enormous surprise, it spoke. "To find the Snow Queen." Lana's mouth fell open. "You can talk?" "Of course I can talk," said the fox. "The strange thing is that you can understand me." The fox began walking. Lana followed. "Who is the Snow Queen?" The fox looked towards the mountains. "She is the keeper of winter." "Is she nice?" The fox thought for a moment. "She has forgotten how." They walked until Lana noticed something strange. Her street had disappeared. Behind them stood only a forest of enormous pine trees covered in snow. "Where are we?" "The northern forest," said the fox. Suddenly, crack! A branch snapped. Lana froze. Between the trees appeared a huge white reindeer. On his back hung a silver saddle covered in tiny stars. "Lana," said the fox, "meet North." The reindeer bowed. "I have been waiting for you." "For me?" "The winter star chose you." Lana looked up at the bright star. "But why?" North lowered his head. "Because the Snow Queen has lost something very important." "What?" "Her heart has frozen." Lana frowned. "How does someone's heart freeze?" "Not from cold," said North. "From loneliness." Long ago, the Snow Queen had watched over winter with kindness. She painted frost onto windows, sent gentle snow to the mountains, and made sure every winter eventually gave way to spring. But year after year, she watched families gathering around warm fires while she remained alone in her ice palace. Slowly, she stopped visiting the villages. She stopped listening to children's laughter. And eventually, she decided the world did not need spring at all. "She wants winter to last forever?" Lana asked. North nodded. "And if her heart freezes completely, the sun will never be strong enough to melt the snow." Lana looked at the beautiful forest. Snow was magical. But forever? No flowers, no picnics, no warm sand beneath her toes, no butterflies. "That won't do," Lana said. North knelt. "Will you come?" Lana climbed onto his back. The fox jumped up behind her. "Hold tight." North raced through the forest. They galloped across frozen rivers and beneath trees glittering with icicles. Then they reached an enormous frozen lake. In its centre stood a palace made entirely of ice. Its towers stretched towards the stars. "Wow," Lana whispered. The palace was the most beautiful place she had ever seen, and somehow the saddest. The great doors opened by themselves. Inside, everything was silent. No music, no voices, no laughter. At the end of a long hall sat a woman on a throne of ice. She wore a silver crown. Her dress shimmered like fresh snow. Her eyes were pale blue. "The Snow Queen," whispered the fox. The queen looked at Lana. "A child?" Her voice echoed around the palace. "Why have you brought a child here?" Lana climbed down from North. "I came to help you." The Snow Queen laughed. It wasn't a happy laugh. "I need no help." "North says your heart is freezing." The palace became completely silent. The queen stood. "My heart is exactly as it should be." Lana noticed something behind her. Inside the queen's chest glowed a tiny light, but ice was slowly growing around it. "You're lonely," Lana said. "I am a queen. Queens are not lonely." "My mum says anyone can feel lonely." The queen stared at her. "No one stays," she said quietly. "Winter comes, and everyone waits for it to leave." Lana thought about that. Maybe they're not waiting for you to leave. Maybe they're waiting for spring to arrive. "What is the difference?" "You can love winter and still love spring." The queen looked away. "You know nothing about my world." "Then show me." The queen raised an eyebrow. "You wish to see winter?" "Yes." "All of it?" Lana nodded. The queen lifted one hand. Suddenly the palace floor began to sparkle. Snow swirled around Lana's boots. Whoosh! The walls disappeared. Lana found herself standing high above the world. She saw mountains covered in snow, children building snowmen, families drinking warm chocolate, animals sleeping safely beneath the earth, snowflakes landing softly on rooftops. Lana smiled. "It's beautiful." The queen's face softened, for just a second. Then another image appeared, a tiny house. Inside, a little girl sat by a window, watching the snow, alone. "Who is she?" Lana asked. The queen didn't answer. Lana looked more closely. The little girl had pale blue eyes. "It's you." The queen closed her hand. The image vanished. "Enough." The palace returned. The ice around the queen's heart grew thicker. Crack. North stepped forward. "We are running out of time." The queen raised both hands. A fierce wind filled the palace. "Leave!" The doors flew open. The fox tumbled backwards. North struggled to stay standing, but Lana didn't move. Instead, she walked towards the queen, one small step at a time. "Lana!" North called. The wind grew stronger, but Lana kept walking until she stood right in front of the Snow Queen. "I don't think you want us to leave," Lana said. The queen stared down at her. "And why would you think that?" "Because if you really wanted to be alone," Lana reached into her pocket, "you wouldn't have sent the fox to find me." The Snow Queen's eyes widened. Lana opened her hand. Inside was the little silver bell from the fox's ribbon. Ting-a-ling. For the first time in many, many winters, the Snow Queen had nothing to say. She stared at the little silver bell in Lana's hand. "You sent him, didn't you?" Lana asked. The Queen looked towards the white fox. "I don't know what you mean." The fox sat down. "Oh, Your Majesty." The Queen sighed. "Very well." She returned to her throne. "Many years ago, before my heart began to freeze, I enchanted that bell. I told it that if I ever forgot who I was, it should find someone who could remind me. And it found me. The winter star chose you." Lana smiled. "Then maybe we can unfreeze your heart." "It is too late." "Did you try?" The Queen didn't answer. Lana took that as a no. She climbed onto the enormous throne and sat beside her. "What's your favourite thing about winter?" The Queen looked confused. "What?" "Your favourite thing." "I am the Snow Queen. I do not have favourites." "I do. I like when snow makes that crunchy sound under my boots. Crunch, crunch, crunch." The Queen's mouth twitched. "And snowmen," Lana continued, "although mine always look a bit funny." The fox giggled. "And hot chocolate after being outside." North added, "I like running through fresh snow." The fox wagged his tail. "I like jumping into snow that's deeper than I am." Everyone looked at the Queen. She sighed. "Snowflakes." "Why?" "Because no two are exactly alike." The Queen lifted her hand. A single snowflake appeared above her palm. It was tiny and perfect. Lana leaned closer. "That's beautiful." Something happened inside the Queen's chest. Crack! A tiny piece of ice broke away from her heart. Everyone gasped. "It worked!" Lana shouted. The Queen stared at the little light. "What did you do?" "Nothing," North smiled. "Not nothing. You remembered something you loved." Lana jumped down. "Let's remember more." They ran through the palace. The Queen showed Lana a room where she created snowflakes. Thousands floated through the air like tiny diamonds. She showed her the great winter map, where every snowy mountain and frozen lake appeared as a sparkling light. Then they found an old room the Queen hadn't opened for years. Inside was a wooden box. The Queen brushed away the frost. "What is it?" Lana asked. "My memories." Inside were little treasures. A red mitten, a dried winter berry, a child's drawing of a snowman, and a tiny wooden horse. The Queen picked up the drawing. "A little boy gave me this hundreds of winters ago." "Why?" "I made it snow on his birthday." Lana smiled. "He remembered you." "Yes." Crack! Another piece of ice fell away. The Queen laughed. A real laugh this time. But suddenly, boom! The palace shook. The lights went out. The winter star disappeared from the sky. North ran to the window. "It's happening." "What?" Lana cried. "The Queen's heart has been frozen for too long. Winter is no longer listening to her." Outside, a gigantic snowstorm was forming. The Queen raised her hands. "Stop!" Nothing happened. "Stop!" The storm grew stronger. "I can't control it." Lana grabbed her hand. "Then we do it together." "I don't know how." "Neither do I." The Queen stared at her. "That is not reassuring," Lana giggled. And somehow the Queen did too. "Think of something warm," Lana said. I am the Snow Queen. Not warm like sunshine, warm in here. Lana touched her heart. The Queen closed her eyes. She remembered the little boy and his drawing, the children making snowmen, the fox who had waited faithfully for her, North racing beneath the stars, and a little girl in a woolly hat who had crossed an enchanted forest just because someone needed help. The light inside her chest grew brighter. Crack, crack, crack! The ice shattered. A brilliant golden light filled the palace. Outside, the storm stopped. For one perfect moment, every snowflake hung motionless in the air. Then they began falling gently. The winter star appeared again. The Queen opened her eyes. They were still icy blue, but now they sparkled. "My heart," she whispered. Lana hugged her. The Queen froze. Nobody hugged the Snow Queen. Ever. Slowly, she wrapped her arms around Lana. It was the coldest hug Lana had ever had, but somehow it felt warm. "Does this mean spring can come now?" Lana asked. The Queen smiled. "Yes." "But winter will come back?" "Every year." "Promise?" "Promise." The Queen walked outside. She lifted her arms. Across the world, something began to change. The fierce winds softened, the clouds separated, and on the horizon, the first golden light of morning appeared. The Snow Queen turned to Lana. "I thought people celebrating spring meant they didn't love winter." Lana shook her head. "Something ending doesn't mean it wasn't loved." The Queen looked towards the sunrise. "I think I needed to hear that." North knelt beside Lana. "It is time." Lana's smile disappeared. "Already?" "Your world is waking." The Queen removed something from her crown, a tiny crystal snowflake. "For you." She placed it in Lana's palm. "So you'll remember me." "I don't need this to remember you." "I know," the Queen smiled, "but I would like you to have it anyway." Lana hugged the fox, then North. Finally, she hugged the Snow Queen. "Next winter, you should come visit." The Queen raised an eyebrow. A queen does not simply visit. "You could." "Perhaps." "And we could make snowmen." "Perhaps." "And have hot chocolate." The Queen smiled. "Definitely." Lana climbed onto North's back. They raced away from the palace, across the frozen lake and through the northern forest. The trees became blurry. The snow began to swirl, faster and faster, until... Lana opened her eyes. She was in bed. Morning sunlight streamed through her curtains. Mum walked into the room. "Good morning, sleepyhead." Lana sat up. "Mum, I met the Snow Queen." "Did you?" "And a talking fox, and a reindeer called North. And the Queen's heart was frozen because she was lonely, but we fixed it." Mum smiled. "That sounds like quite a dream." "It wasn't a dream." "Of course not." Mum opened the curtains. Outside, the snow was beginning to melt. A tiny green leaf pushed through beside the garden wall. The very first sign of spring. Lana smiled. Then she felt something cold beneath her pillow. She reached underneath and pulled out a tiny crystal snowflake. Lana's eyes grew wide. Outside the window, sitting beside the garden gate, was a little white fox. Around his neck was a silver ribbon. He looked at Lana, winked, and disappeared into the snow. That night, Lana placed the crystal snowflake beside her bed, and somewhere, very far to the north, in a palace made of ice, a queen stood at her window. For the first time in hundreds of winters, she wasn't afraid of spring, because she finally understood something very important. Every season has its moment. Every goodbye makes room for another hello. And sometimes, even the coldest heart needs only a little friendship to remember how to feel warm again.